Another Goodbye is a piece that explores the loss of a parent, and it's based off my mum's death. And my mum was at the end of her life. And the piece really just follows that journey through someone being at the end of their life. And it's a very ordinary death, it's not a traumatic death. So it tries to track that journey to say this is probably something that we all will experience with a parent, another loved one, a friend, and ultimately with ourselves.
Death is going to be part of all of our lives, and we generally pretend that's not the case. And actually I think that can prevent us from living fully. But if we step into that knowledge, actually we can know that we're living in integrity, we're saying the things we need to say in our relationships. I hope that this piece can, in a kind and compassionate way, help us turn towards that.
The interesting thing about this play is it combines with a conversation which is hosted by local hospices. And I think that's like the thing that I think the whole crew hopes that people can take away from this play is maybe this can empower people to speak about it more kind of directly and more openly.
Initially, we turned this into an audio. So that was released in 2021. This was during COVID times when it wasn't possible to do stuff in the theatre. It was sitting there and I wanted to do more with it, but also while I was working on it, I had all these amazing conversations with people in the community I live in.
So the process was, we'd got a finished thing and then we took it apart and tried to make it into a different thing. All of a sudden you have the visual world to play with, and so we've tried to tell a visual story using Adie's family photographs that kind of take you on that journey of approaching death happening and then what happens after.
And we've gone from there and tried to make something that kind of has the same experience of the audio play, but that is more immediate and in the space and present.
It is a very delicate project, and this is so much about how we think we know somebody, but we don't really. We went through many of these screens, projections, and we ended up with a very simple system to do it.
I think we've created something that's quite sophisticated in its simplicity.
I like real things, and especially in a delicate piece like this, you want something that can transcend what it is, and I think we've been quite successful in that.
Also, we're taking kind of these everyday images and we're working with like how visual memory fragments at these moments of death and how kind of time also changes memory. So we're coming back to these photos, we're using a lot of fades, a lot of like partial images. And so my work has been a lot in like executing those kind of projection cues and editing the images to fit with what we're kind of trying to do.
Audiences can expect something quite quiet and reflective, but with lots of big feelings and ideas. So we're looking after our audience. Care is really important. We've got a pile of rolled up really soft blankets and tea, and so there's this sense of we're going to care for you, and it's going to be okay to be whoever you are in there.
I would hope that after seeing the show and having attended the conversation, they feel just a little bit more comfortable and confident to have conversations about end of life.
And many people should see it, and I hope it will provoke people to start talking.